This is 30 Facts About Beat Street, a movie that helped take hip-hop to Hollywood. Before TikTok dance challenges, before YouTube, before the mainstream world understood or even heard the phrase, the four elements of hip-hop, there was Beat Street. It wasn't the first hip-hop film, however, it was the first to bring the Bronx to the big screen with a Hollywood budget. Today we're digging into 30 facts about Beat Street, the time capsule that helped turn hip-hop into a global culture. If you stick around to the end, there's actually 31 facts, and the last one's a real game changer. You don't want to miss that. Some of these facts you may know, some you may not. So let's get into it. The film Beat Street was inspired by journalist Stephen Hager's September 21st, 1982 Village Voice article, Africa Bambaata's Hip Hop. While the final film was heavily fictionalized, this article laid the original blueprint for a script later penned by Hager and then later sold to Harry Belafonte. The working title of the film was actually The Perfect Beat, but it was changed before release to better reflect the vernacular of hip-hop. Beat Street was produced by Harry Belafonte and David V. Picker. Belafonte personally pushed for a socially conscious tone and cultural authenticity of the film. The movie's budget soared to a whopping $9 million, an unusually high cost for a film about a then unknown underground movement. Beat Street premiered out of competition at the 1984 Cannes Film Festival, gaining international buzz before its U.S. release. All filming took place around New York City, across all 5 boroughs, with heavy use, of course, of the Bronx and Manhattan. The subway scenes were filmed in real subway stations, no movie sets. These stations included Hoyt-Schermerhorn, 57th Street 6th Ave, and Fresh Pond Road. The graffiti seen on the trains and walls wasn't actually street bombing. It was custom painted by production designers with guidance from graffiti legends Phase 2 and Blast. Many of the vacant lots and buildings in the Bronx featured in the film no longer exist. They've been turned into modern residential developments, aka gentrified. Actor Guy Davis, who played DJ Double K, aka Kenny, is the son of civil rights icons and actors Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis, and later became an award-winning blues musician. Kadeem Hardison, yes, Dwayne Wayne from the sitcom A Different World, actually filmed scenes for Beat Street, but his role was eventually cut from the final edit. Bill Anagnos, who played the graffiti antagonist, went on to become a Hollywood stuntman with over 200 credits to his name. One of the film's second unit directors was none other than Michael Hallman, a downtown art fixture who would later create and host the short-lived hip-hop TV show Graffiti Rock. It was only 1 episode. Hallman also managed and choreographed the New York City Breakers, giving them more creative input during the film's production. The soundtrack was overseen by producer Arthur Baker, who also worked with Africa Bambaataa on the groundbreaking hip-hop classic Planet Rock. Yeah, just hit me. 2 official Beat Street soundtracks were released, both of which charted on Billboard's R&B and Top 200 album charts. A 3rd volume was planned, but eventually scrapped due to the movie's mixed box office performance. Man, I wonder what would have been on that. Bronx legend and DJ pioneer DJ Jazzy J did all the scratching and turntablism for the movie. What you're hearing is real authentic skills, no studio edits. The System, later known for their top 5 hit, performed Baptize the Beat in the Roxy audition scene. During the Christmas show at the Burning Spear, Kool, then a member of the legendary group The Treacherous Three, performs in the film without his signature sunglasses, something rarely seen during the height of his career. Belafonte insisted that the music reflect more than just the party culture. He wanted it to address real-life issues like poverty and youth violence, both of which were running rampant at the time in New York City. The Roxy battle scene, of course, features real b-boy crews, the Rocksteady Crew and the New York City Breakers. There's no stunt doubles, no choreographed actors. The Roxy battle wasn't entirely staged. Most of it was shot during which we found out later was an actual battle. So therefore, the scene actually captures authentic energy of a real b-boy battle. And legend has it that battle went on for over an hour. The character Ramo is based on real graffiti legend Scene, who you might remember from the documentary Style Wars, which was released a few years prior. The character Spit is loosely based on Cap MPC, a a graffiti artist notorious for tagging over other writers. He too appeared in the documentary Star Wars. Spit is actually a fictionalized version of Cap's reputation for going over respected pieces, which made him infamous across New York City. Most of the performers shown during the auditioning scene at the Roxy were actual local New York City dancers, rappers, MCs, and singers. No actors were hired from any casting agencies. The film was a massive cultural export in East Germany. Ironically, it was screened by the state as an example of capitalist decay, but instead it ignited an underground hip-hop movement. Beat Street gave international audiences their first look at the four elements of hip-hop: MCing, DJing, graffiti writing, and b-boying, all in one film. Though not a commercial blockbuster, the film became a cult classic, influencing generations of dancers, DJs, MCs, and visual artists from around the globe. Now for those that stuck around, here's that bonus fact I was talking about. Not long after the release of the film, a board game was released, the Beat Street Challenge. The game played like this. As players land on squares, each one has a value and a specific dance move. The player hopes to get a result higher than that number. They can physically attempt the dance move to get Beat Street credits. There are territories on the board. Should you advance into another dancer's territory and not beat a move, you go to detention or straight to jail. Now, Beat Street wasn't perfect. It was raw, a little messy, and it was real. It captured a moment in time when hip-hop was still underground, still hungry, still growing. Which of these facts, if any, surprised you the most? Comment below. And if you're feeling the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you know when I upload more content. I got more stories, deep dives, and just other music content in general. So as usual, I don't know if I deserve your support, but I thank you for it. In the meantime, hit that right there. And until next video, salute.